are 4 games into the 2013-2014 season for this installment of Buzz Vision. My name is Gainey Campbell, and I'm the Sports Information Director here at LeTourneau University. Joining us today is head women's basketball coach Corey Thomaston. Corey and the YellowJackets are off to a 3-1 start. It's the best start since 1996-97. Talk about it, just the first 4 games, where you see yourself.
Well, I think we're doing a lot of things like we expected to do them. We have a desire to improve in individual facets of the game on a daily basis. And our preseason schedule, our non-conference schedule was set up in a standpoint where we got a little bit of a taste of the road, and then came back and played a couple games at home, and we're really challenged in all 3 of those games, and we're fortunate enough to come out on top in 2 of them. Did some things well, but also had a lot of things that we know that we've got to continue to correct, and so we're able to work on those. And then to open up your conference season with your rival, that's always tough, and it was an energy-filled atmosphere that night here against ETBU. That's a great environment for our girls, and it's a great environment for both teams. It was a great basketball game, in my opinion. I've gone back and watched it a couple of times, and just to see the back and forth action, and to watch teams trading baskets and getting stops. And it's what college basketball is all about. So for us, we are nowhere near where we want to be, but we're off to a great start, and we're going to build on that, continue to gain confidence from that, and understand that there are things that we need to address, but there's also things that we're doing extremely well right now that we need to continue to build on.
Okay, we'll talk a little bit about those areas that you feel like have gone well for these first 4 games. The inside-outside game, you have very strong play on your perimeter from your guards, but your inside game very well complemented in all 4 games that YellowJackets play. Talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely, I think it's been the difference in us to this point. The play of Juliette Curtis down low at the 5 spot, and Alexis Wiggman. Both of them have been very solid for us, and our players off the bench have been great role fits for us. We've got some really good minutes from Megan Peters. Ashley Crockett's coming on. Mariel Bowles is starting to find her confidence again. So they've been a really good anchor for us, and it's freed up our perimeter players. Ashley Fajardo is starting to shoot the ball with a little bit more confidence right now, and she has the green light for us. And we want to get Ashley Stevens going a little bit. Our point guard play has been very solid. Ashley Reed, Kayla Shorter, and Jessica Manis, all 3 have split time there and have done a really good job with what they're doing. We've got high energy players coming off the bench, and Shira Williams and Becky Stewart. And so we're getting a lot of players involved, and a lot of them are new players that are still learning the system. But they're only able to do that because we're getting some really solid minutes from some upperclassmen who are just grinding out possessions and really taking their game to another level.
You talked about quite a few individuals, and that exhibits the balance that the YellowJackets have had. You may have had the same score, same 10, 12 points for those individuals, but everybody's contributing in so many different ways. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, and it's been great for us. And what it does is it enables us to be able to react to whatever teams throw at us. They can't really key in on one individual player and say, okay, if we shut her down, well, we've got a great chance of beating them, because on any given night, it could be anybody on our team. We're really playing about 9, 10, 11 players right now, and any of them have the ability to really carry us in short bursts. And we don't want any one player to have to bear the burden of the success of this basketball team. We want it to be a team effort. We want those, whether it's 3 minutes a night or 18 minutes a night, for there to be an impact that they're making in every appearance that they get. And so I think that it's enabling everybody to feel hungry every time out, and feel like there's a spot for them, a responsibility for them, and so it makes them feel wanted, and obviously gives them the confidence to step on the floor and do what they're supposed to do.
You talked about the enthusiasm that they've had, from the first practice up to this moment. Talk about how that enthusiasm is carried out onto the court as well.
Well, I think it's huge. I think if you can come out and be high energy without losing focus, I think that's a huge advantage to a basketball team. And so for us, we try to really incorporate high energy into our practices so that we can practice in the same way that we want to play, so that when we make mistakes in practice, we can learn how to overcome those in practice, so that when we get into a game, we're not seeing stuff that we haven't already seen. So it's one thing to practice in one way and then try to play in a different way. It doesn't usually work out very well. So we try to practice at the same energy level, competition level that we try to play at. And so I think that carryover has been good for us to this point. So we just got to continue to improve on those areas.
Okay, we'll just take a brief look here. Just talk a little bit about what the YellowJackets will face, with 2 tough opponents coming into town this weekend. Louisiana College and Mississippi College both Thursday and Saturday. Talk about how important those first 4 games will lead to this weekend.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, the next 21 games, they're all conference games, and there are no gimmies. And we've got our hands full this week. We're fortunate to be here on our own floor quite a bit in the early part of the season, and these are big games from the standpoint of the conference games, and so we know that we've got our hands full. Both teams play completely different styles, and so we're going to have to be able to really stick to our principles and do our job, and not get caught up so much in other schemes and things like that, but really focusing on how we handle our business for 40 minutes both Thursday night, and then obviously looking forward to Saturday with Louisiana College coming in, the preseason #1 team in the league. We're getting some votes now, so it's a tough league. It's a tough league, and you've got to bring your A game every night if you want to have a chance. But for us, it's more about sticking to our principles, sticking to the basics of what we're trying to do, and getting the most out of each individual player in the role that they're supposed to give us. And if we can get that, we're going to be successful. We're going to have a chance to be successful. So.
And then we'll ask one last question before we send you off to prepare. But talk about, obviously the student athletes are going through the rigors of academics and their final exams. How do you balance and manage that rigors where they have to prepare to be successful student athletes and stressing that student part?
Well, I think it's one of the toughest challenges we face as coaches, particularly here. I know all the coaches are going through that. Everybody has finals next week with an exception of 1 or 2 programs that have it the following week. So they're all dealing with the same thing. And it's really a challenge, but it's also a testament to these young ladies and the talent that they have to be able to accomplish what they accomplish in the classroom and to also accomplish what they do out here on the floor. It's a testament to the God-given talents that they've been blessed with. And we really try to be mindful of their time for studying and for preparing for the exams. But we also understand that basketball is a release. And to get out on the floor and get up and down the floor and be able to exert some energy helps clear the mind, helps free the mind up so that you can learn more and so that you can do better and perform better in your exams. And so we try to use it more as a release for our players to be able to get out here to do something that they purely love and enjoy and be able to compete and be able to just step away from the rigors of maybe some chemistry or some biology that maybe they don't love quite as much, but they have to do it. So for us, I think it's an opportunity just to get out and play and to be a kid and to enjoy those things and to get away from the rigors of the academic schedule. So that's how we approach it, and I think our young ladies embrace that.
Well, Coach, we thank you for your visit, and we invite you fans to come out and support the YellowJackets on their games on Thursday evening at 5:30 and on Saturday at 1 o'clock. So.
Don't forget to mention Thursday night is Star Wars night. So we invite all of you students, fans that want to come out, bring your lightsabers, your cloaks, whatever you've got, and dress up as a Star Wars character and come out and support us Thursday night in a doubleheader against Mississippi College.
Well, thanks for the reminder, Coach, and
Danny,
look forward to it. Appreciate it.